Hi everyone, welcome to another maths video by Maths with Sarah. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you get the first look at any new videos that are coming out. Today we're going to be looking at this question which, although it doesn't look like it, it actually involves a fair bit of algebra and obviously it looks at ratios as well. This is close to the beginning of one of the non-calculator papers. So it's question 2 from an Edexcel GCSE Maths paper. As with all of these videos, I suggest that you pause the video around about now, have a think about how you would tackle this question. If you can do it and get an answer, then brilliant. If you get stuck, don't worry, I'll explain it all in a minute. Welcome back. If you did get stuck, then I'll go through it with you now. So the information we've been given is that Kiara is 7 years older than Jay and Martha is twice as old as Kiara. And the sum of all three of their ages is 77. And the question that it's asking is it wants you to find the ratio of Jay's age to Kiara's age to Martha's age. So how are we going to go about doing this question? So we've got three different people here, three different ages and various different information to tell us how old they are relative to each other. So the best way of doing this is to start by calling one of these X, and then we'll work out using algebra what each of their three ages are. So you could probably work it out by trial and error. You could also probably work it out by guessing, but I always think it's best to use a method that you can be sure will work every time, because this might be easy to guess or easy to work out without using algebra, because it's question 2 on this paper. But if you came across a similar question that was on, say, question 18 or near the back of the question, near the back of the paper, it might not be so easy to guess or use trial and error for. So knowing and understanding the method you would use for a more straightforward question will always help you if a harder question comes up that's similar. So if we look at this, we know that we've got information about Kiara in both sets of these questions. So probably the easiest way, because we've got information about her twice, we'll call her X, and we know that she's X years old. We know that Martha is twice as old as Kiara, so if she's X years old, then Martha would be 2 times X, so she's twice as old as Kiara. So we can represent that as saying by 2x. And then J, we know that Kiara is 7 years older than J, which obviously makes J 7 years younger than Kiara. So we can write that as x minus 7. Now I actually think getting to this algebra bit and to realize how to write these in algebraic form is probably the most difficult part of this question. So if you've got to this stage, you're doing well. So the next stage is we know that the sum of their ages is 77. So we know that if we do x plus x minus 7 plus 2x, that equals 77. And then we can solve this equation to work out what x equals. So if we do that, we're going to end up with 4x. If we combine all of these terms together, we've got x plus 2x, so 4x minus 7 equals 77. And so then if we add 7 to both sides, we're going to get 4x equals 84. And then if we divide both sides by 4, we'll end up with x equals 21. So from that, we know that Kiara is 21 because x we know equals 21. J is x minus 7, so that will give you 14. And Martha is 2x, so 2 times 21 is 42. And if we add these three numbers up, we've got a really good way of checking that we've got the right answer. So if we add all of these numbers up, we are going to get 77. As we've been told, the sum is 77. But that's not the end of the question. We've worked out what age they all are. We've worked out what X is. But we still need to find the ratio of Jay's age to Kiara's age to Martha's age. So if we write this down, we've got 14 to 21 to 42. And that's the ratio. But this ratio is not in its simplest form, and we would always be told to give a ratio in its simplest form. So you probably noticed that all of these numbers are divisible by 7. So if we divide 14 by 7, we're going to get 2. 21 divided by 7 is 3, and 42 divided by 7 is 6. Now this is going to be the answer in its simplest form. We can't simplify this any further because we've got the numbers don't have a common factor. So this is the ratio in its simplest form of Jay to Kiara to Martha's age. So hopefully you're able to follow that all the way through. It's a non-calculator paper, and so this question I think wouldn't pose any problems for doing without a calculator. As with always, if you have any questions about this question, or if there are any questions that you're stuck with and you would like me to make a video on them, don't hesitate to drop me a message. And as I said at the start, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you get the first look at anything that comes out. And thank you for watching.